Well, gator sias Minlam mahan hain agus sama then Kayla Saivin Firkin Folja Ara Rove Ilyog dan ochoid coilúrach seo agus yn o'r eiretá éacht buintseach agus tris lim with fuin liv asachtan an honoratá tóca agi goirin. May I just say, as President of Ireland, that, as I have said in Irish, that Sabina and I offer you the warmest welcome to Áras and Uachtaráin and for giving us the opportunity of joining in the celebration with you of what were spectacular achievements of all the Irish Paralympians at 2024 Paris Paralympics. So, congratulations to everybody who is involved, and what was a wonderful achievement. The 2024 Paralympic Games held in Paris this summer brought wonderful success for Team Ireland with 6 medals, 1 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze. You treated the Irish public and indeed the global viewers of the Paralympics to world-class performances across many disciplines, including swimming, cycling and athletics. The combined, I must say, there was a man who has announced his retirement since Cowilshe. I wanted you to mention especially the bicycle he's man. As I was going to present to you, I said, may the chain never come off your bicycle. I said, the combined medals of Katie George Dunlevy, Róisín Ní Riain and Orla Comerford constitute one of the great weeks in the history of Irish sport. And I do want to acknowledge the work of pilots Linda Kelly and Eve McChrystal, who aided Katie George Dunlevy to her gold and silver medal wins. The Paris Games resulted in a number of personal bests and high placings, and I can tell you as a viewer myself that those viewing, in fact, actually took a great interest in these personal achievements. I think that right up to the last competitor, powerlifter Brittany Arenzi, who set a new personal best and finished 4th in her category. Congratulations too to Ellen Keane, a trailblazer for Ireland, who finished 4th in the final of the 100-metre breaststroke at what was her 5th Paralympics. I think it is to the achievement of the Paralympic Games, and I say this in the presence of the president of the Paralympics, that they forefronted and demonstrated how, with imagination and necessary resources and on endless support, real inclusion can be fostered across society through concerted efforts to promote an inclusive participation in all events at all levels from all citizens, regardless of circumstance. And watching the Games too, it was impossible not to be inspired by the spectacle of athletes focusing, as I have said, with what was great courage and unwavering determination. Ireland's 4-time Paralympian, Katie George Dunlevy, on whom I had the honour of bestowing a Presidential Distinguished Service Medal in 2022, has spoken about how, as a child with a visual impairment, she felt that she had nobody to look up to as a role model or to inspire her. Of course, she is now herself an inspiration and a role model for so many and for generations to come. Her extraordinary achievements in the Weldrum and on the road were not only cheered by the nation, but had a deeper importance, providing a source of inspiration, of hope, as I have said, for the next generations to come of Paralympians. Sport plays a crucial role in our communities, of course, and with profound benefits to the individuals who participate in it and to what the wider society gains from it. And by increasing youth participation in sport at the grassroots level, we engage young people of all backgrounds and circumstances in a goal-focused but disciplined objective. Now, I notice every weekend I pay tribute to all those who make it all possible, and all those jerseys that come home often to too few places to go into the washing machine. But I should say, in many cases, it might be an appropriate time for me to say that parents and supporters should be of best behaviour when they know those who are in fact involved in performance. I think teamwork, and I think as well, what is sport? Sport is a major source in this country of people's ethics, of what is fair and what is acceptable. But also I think after that comes knowledge of tactics and strategy. So sports foster an appreciation of what is necessary ethically, but how skills are developed through hard work. And I think it is very important that we support sport for all of these reasons. I am sure there are many people indicating vast sums of money for all the different sports in the circumstances we find ourselves just at the moment. All I would say to them as President of Ireland, don't restrain yourself. I want to say that I think the achievement, which is very important for all of you, and in the interviews, may I pay tribute to the interviews you did afterwards, of how proud you felt in the green shirt and what a significant event it was. And what I think we have to remember always, if we have a huge listenership and viewership from the Irish abroad for all of these events. In preparing as well, I sometimes meet people, many cases, who look incredibly fit, and of course this is very impressive. But undertaking what you have all undertaken is not for the faint-hearted. Great sacrifices have to be made, and where especially the demands of training have to be balanced against other activities such as, for example, vocational activities and so on. I think in many ways it raises important questions, I think, what you have achieved. First of all is that you have gone out and achieved excellence. That is, that argument is made. And the Irish success stories of the Paralympic Games demonstrate why investment in our elite level athletes of all abilities, and indeed across, as I believe myself, all sports must continue to grow. That investment needs to continue if Ireland wants to build on the platform set by what are inspirational Olympians and Paralympians who give us unforgettable sporting memories. And I think it was people I could go so far as to say, for many people, you put Paris on the map. It is important to acknowledge that many of the medals that were forged as well, and standing behind every performance, are in fact coaching regimes. I do think I'm very well aware that many of the participants and winners had the good fortune to participate in coaching regimes abroad in the United States and the United Kingdom, because the necessary facilities and funding for our athletes at home may not have been available. This, I'm sure, will be part of the discourse at the doorsteps going on at the moment. We recognise, too, the enormous contribution, as I said, and the wide range. When I say the word coach, when speaking of mentors and psychologists and medics and nutritionists, and then standing behind it all, I think, what keeps it going, the families and supporters. And I pay tribute to all those who have helped you. And I take this opportunity to congratulate indeed all of the staff of Paralympics Ireland and Sport Ireland. And so I'm delighted, Sabina and I are delighted that so many of you are able to be here today. So I think that as we look to the future, I have made my strong case for funding at all levels. And on behalf of the Irish people, Tócame and Shans, Three Slú Irish, Mar in our era, nuair a cuimhníonn tú agus ide go rud a bhéan an agus ar level adarnáisiúnta an méid atá buint amach aige. And as Paris becomes a memory, some of you are already thinking about Los Angeles 2028. And for the rest of us in Ireland, it is 4 years away. And for you, you have all the preparation to think about. But may I, for that period, take the occasion to wish each and every of you well. Gwyn go gra agus banachtáir agus jas láinte agus siad sé dalin lec das na cmórta sé tála tíirta go I fehes a hocht. I just hope that, may I say, I wish a similar experience to all the up-and-coming sportsmen and sportswomen of all abilities who will emerge in the next 4 years and inspired by you, as I have said, and determined to realise their Paralympic dreams. So Ríis, míle buchas as ach chica Áras an Uachtarán is seans a hurt da Sabina is me héin bheith is a Ríis cógátachas le gachtainna bhí buinteacha ach hÁire hedas na búthóire. Míle buchas.